at home today. We're so glad you could be with us. And as you can see, we're not in our at-home kitchens at the studio. We're down in downtown Pittsburgh. Yes, we're at the Top of the Triangle restaurant, which is in the USX Towers building on the 62nd floor. Can you see the view out these windows? This is Pittsburgh at its best. I'll tell you, it's a privilege for us to be able to bring our cameras into this kitchen of the Top of the Triangle. Chef Bill Ward, who is really a great guy, besides a tremendous chef, is our very special guest. He's invited us to come in, bring the cameras in, and most of all, to bring you with us so that you could meet this fine chef and just see what goes on in a busy restaurant's kitchen. Chef Ward has been he's the president of the American Culinary Association. He was named Chef of the Year in 1991, the youngest man to be named Chef of the Year. He was in the Culinary Olympics in Germany in 1988. He's skilled at carving, at sculpting. He carves butter, he sculpts ice, and even does tallow. I know what you're going to ask me, what's tallow? Maybe we get a chance, we'll ask the chef. I'm not sure. But anyway, he's a delightful man, and you're going to enjoy the dishes that he's going to be preparing today. Yes, they're a cut above. You know, they're like for fancy and special occasions, but they're simple to do. And he gives us step-by-step directions on how to prepare 3 really important dishes. One of which has been in some competition. It's called beef a la Hague. And he has developed it himself, and it is in competition, and he's going into national competition with it. So we're really privileged to be here at the Top of the Triangle, USX Towers, and downtown Pittsburgh, 62nd floor. And I hope you're appreciating the view because this is great. Well, I'm getting ready to go into the kitchen. Come on and follow me. We're going to meet Chef Bill Ward. Here's today's at-home hint. To make quick croutons, cut a loaf of Italian bread into 1-inch cubes and toss with a 1/4 cup of Italian dressing. Spread on a cookie sheet and bake in a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes or until crisp and brown.
If you have an at-home hint, a favorite recipe, or just a friendly greeting you'd like to share, we'd like to hear from you. Post it in the comments of this video or visit our Facebook page.
Well, here we are in the kitchens of the Top of the Triangle restaurant, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you Chef Bill Ward. Nice to meet you, Bill.
Nice to meet you, Arlene.
So glad you could be on the program with us today. This is a new experience, bringing the at-home cameras into someone else's kitchen. Usually it's in our kitchen, but we thought we'd like to do this just to show people how great the eating is here in Pittsburgh. And a large part of that is due to you because you're one of the great chefs. You do great food here.
It's fun to be here, and we're going to show you some great dishes today, and hopefully the people at home can make them also.
Well, you've made them simple enough so you're going to want to watch because you're going to learn some expert tricks to cooking. This is what kind of meat?
This is the tenderloin of beef, certified Angus beef. And this dish that we're going to make today is called certified Angus beef a la Hague. And it was named after Anne Hague from Pittsburgh Magazine, and it's recently won an award here in Pittsburgh in the Northeastern region, and we'll be doing that in July. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to start trimming off all the excess fat.
Okay, now this has been like specially grown. They feed it special. That's what makes it Black Angus, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and this is like the prime of Black Angus because is this the filet mignon cut?
This is the tenderloin, which the filet mignon cut comes from.
Okay. How many pounds is this about?
This is approximately about 6 to 8 pounds. Okay. After we trim it, it'll probably be right around 5.5 to 6 pounds.
Okay. Now, you wouldn't waste that you're cutting off, would you?
Never.
You'd make something else with that.
We always use every product that we can. We try to have as little amount of waste as we can, and from this, we trim all the excess meat. Yeah. We have a salad on our lunch menu. It's a steak salad. We have the tenderloin tips that we use there.
And that would taste good on a salad because you just need little bits of meat. You don't need a big prime cut, right?
Correct, right. Nice lunch cut. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go down the middle of the tenderloin. We're going to butterfly it.
Aha. Okay. What some sharp knives you got there?
Yeah, you don't want to get your hands in front of these knives.
Okay. When did you start to cook, Bill?
Approximately 12 years ago.
Did you tinker in the kitchen when you were at home, a little kid?
Not at all. I was not allowed.
Really?
I was not allowed to. I always made a mess.
So you weren't allowed in the kitchen? Uh-huh. Mother probably was a neatnik, huh?
We had carpeting on the floor in the kitchen. Anytime I tried to do anything, I
didn't want
got
it
thrown
messed
out.
up.
That's right. It was all show kitchen.
Okay.
We have it to the point where it's butterflied, and
Butterfly just kind of opening it up, right?
opening it up right to the middle.
Look how lean that is. Very little marbling in there, right?
Very little. If I had a little bit more time, I would probably take most of that off. So when we cut into it, you would not have any of it.
Wow.
I'm going to move to the next stage of our beef.
Okay. This is what it looks like when you've done everything he's told you to do.
That's correct.
Wow.
We're just going to put this on one of our side tables.
Okay. Lee?
Okay, we have that
Wow,
opened
you've
up.
pounded it. Do you use
already pounded it. We use the mallet and just tenderize it a little bit. You really don't even need to be tender. All you're doing is flattening it out so you can make your
the flat surface.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
After that, let's get our sauce going.
All right.
We're gonna need a little bit of clarified butter with a little bit of olive oil in it.
That's so that butter doesn't burn, right?
That's correct.
See, I read those things too. I'm up on that a little bit anyway. Okay,
I don't want you to be too much up on it. You'll have my job.
No, I don't think so.
We have the diced
Okay,
peppers.
now what's this? This is some red peppers here.
Red peppers.
And you're adding what?
We're going to add some onion.
Now, you haven't
some
cooked
carrots.
the onion first, have you?
Not at all, no.
No,
We're just going to let all this saute together.
All right.
A little clove of garlic, whole clove of garlic, and throw right in there. A little bit more carrots.
Now, have you cooked the carrots just a little bit?
Not at all.
No, those are all
No,
fresh. Okay.
Let's go right in there.
So this is vegetables going with butter and olive oil.
Correct. A little bit of salt and pepper.
Do you kind of watch the seasoning when you prepare foods for people that are on restricted diets or whatever?
We do. Anyone that's on a restricted diet, if they just notify their server, we can either make the sauce especially for them,
That's great.
or subtract something out of the item itself.
That's
any
great.
item.
Right.
Okay.
All
What we're
right.
going to do next is take a little bit of chicken stock. Let's let that saute for probably about 3 to 4 minutes. It can almost become to the very, very soft stage where it's almost like mush, because we're just going to puree all this.
Okay.
We're going to add in our chicken stock.
What's that? About a fourth of a cup, couple tablespoons,
About
something
a fourth
like
of a cup.
that? Okay.
And a little bit of white wine, probably about 2 tablespoons of white wine.
Of course, the alcohol cooks off of that, but it just leaves a good flavor, doesn't it?
Nice flavor.
Okay.
Let that stir around a little bit.
How did you develop this? I understand that it's a girl that writes for the Pittsburgh magazine. It's named after her, but what?
Correct. I developed it for a benefit dinner we did here at the top of the triangle for abused children.
And you're very much into charities and doing, because of your position, doing things for people that really have a need, aren't
Correct.
you?
My
That's
field has
wonderful.
been very good to me, and I think I'd like to give back to the community.
That's great. 1991, you were the Chef of the Year, is that
Correct.
right?
The Chef of the Year here in Pittsburgh.
That's great. I know you were on the team at the Olympics, Culinary Olympics in Germany, and what was that,
1988?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's great. So you've been at it for a while, haven't you? Oh, what's this now? This looks a little different.
This is called a mushroom duxelle.
Okay, it's kind of like a pate, isn't it?
Kind of like a pate, and all it is sautéed mushrooms and onions, a little bit of burgundy wine and Parmesan cheese, and of course salt and pepper for a little seasoning. And all you're going to do is spread that out all the way over the tenderloin.
How many staff do you have here in the restaurant itself?
Kitchen, we have a total staff of 100. Kitchen, there's probably about 30 to 40 chefs here at the top.
So you know what it is to be a part of a team, don't you? You can't do it
We have
yourself,
to be.
can
We
you?
have
That's
to be
right.
a part of a team.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, good. A little stir.
Yeah,
there for
stir it
me,
around a
Arlene.
little bit, yeah. It's
Okay,
getting there.
our next step is
Getting
we're
there.
going to have a little marinara sauce. And again, if you wanted to take some shortcuts, you could
Sure.
do this and buy this right in the store.
Or make your own if you
Or,
have the
that's
time.
right, if you make your own.
Yeah.
Borrow it from grandmother or something.
Or get Aunt Minnie to make you some and
There
send
you
it
go.
over, right? Wow, this stuff here just smells so good. Unbelievable. I can't imagine what would possess somebody to put this combination of things together. Did you just like think, well, I have some of this and let's try that, or did you sit down and work on it? How'd you do it?
Combinations of all of the ingredients
Flavors.
together. It's more of an Italian beef dish. If you look at the mushrooms,
Kind of like a
wild
brioche?
Very similar, yeah.
Like a
Very
brioche.
similar.
Okay. These getting down here pretty good?
Okay, we're gonna add a little cream at this point.
This heavy cream?
Heavy
Light
whipping cream.
Whipping cream. Well, this is not low fat, but you wouldn't make this every day anyway,
We
would
could
you?
make this low fat. All
Could
we would
you?
have to do is take out the cream. It would be totally
Really?
natural.
Okay. Very good. All right. We have about 3 minutes here to finish this segment. You're going to show us some more.
Okay. All you're going to do
Some
next
spinach.
is lay out the spinach.
And you've blanched this again too, right?
This has been
Couple
blanched
minutes?
in water, just pure water with a little bit of salt in the water for about 3 to 4 minutes.
Now, Bill, tell me a little history of the restaurant. I know you've been here about a year and a half, 2 years.
About a year and a half.
Uh-huh. And
Years ago it was Stouffer's. It's no
Right.
longer Stouffer's. It's with a new company called Select Corporation. And
so you're not restricted in your menus. You change
not at
menus
all.
often,
This is
don't
the
you?
first time in 22 years that the executive chef of the operation has made the menu himself. It's always been a corporate menu. And we are into our second menu,
Wonderful.
and we
I'll
will
tell
be
you-
going into our third shortly.
It's a varied menu, and you really need to come and visit this place. It's just incredible to sit out there in an evening in that dining room when the lights of the city. Pittsburgh is one of the most beautiful cities in all the country, I think. The skyline here is incredible, and just to sit there in a relaxing atmosphere and enjoy this kind of cooking, this kind of delicious food is such a pleasure that, you know, if you're going to celebrate a birthday or anniversary, or if you just want to go out and have a good dinner, this is the place to come. It really
Okay,
is.
here we
Okay.
go with our final step. And all
You're
we're going to
rolling
do
it
is
up.
roll this up real tight,
Okay.
getting
You
all our
keep
peppers
packing in.
underneath,
Uh-huh.
folding our ends in.
Okay. Wow. Wow, is that nice? Beautiful.
Tuck those in. And what we're going to do with the butcher twine
Okay.
would just be to tie this off.
While you're tying off, I'm going to clean up, okay? I'm just
Always
gonna-
need an assistant in the kitchen.
That's all right. I do too, believe me, because I'm not the neatest person in the world. And it's nice to have somebody just clean up a little bit. Okay, while the chef's tying this off, we're going to show you when we come back what it looks like. But we're going to take a break. We'll be right back to join Chef Bill Ward in just a moment.
Do you love watching At Home with Arlene Williams? Then be sure to check out our new YouTube channel. It's filled with classic episodes from over 20 years of At Home, and more videos are added each day. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
Well, this is what the beef tenderloin, the Black Angus beef tenderloin, looks like. Chef Ward has tied it off, and this is about to go into the oven at what temperature?
350 degrees.
For about how long?
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. You bring it out. Let me pass this off. Go ahead, Lee. And this is the finished product. You know, I always tell you, presentation is like a big part of food, and this couldn't be any nicer. Tell us now, what are these? These are potatoes?
Those are Parisian potatoes. And all they are is a
Beautiful.
scoop right out of potatoes, sauteed in a little butter, placed right on the top of the red pepper sauce.
The red pepper sauce.
Asparagus in a spoke with the main
Well-
entree right in the middle.
Beef a
A
la
la
Hague.
Hague.
That looks good enough to eat, and I'm planning on it in just a little while. All right, now what are you going to prepare for us?
Okay, now we're going to make sea scallops Provençal.
Okay.
And if we have enough time, I'm going to roll right into having two dishes at one time.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
We're going to have linguine alla Sicily also.
Okay. Now,
Okay, the first step we really need to do is we need to concasse our tomato. And all that's really doing is you just drop it in the water for a second.
what's it called? Concasse.
Concasse.
That was funny because we were calling concasse because we didn't know what it was. I was saying, do you know what concasse is? No, nobody knew.
All it is blanching the tomato real quick, being able to peel the skin off, and then placing it into small dice or
Fine dice,
fine
all
dice
right.
of tomato.
And that's all
Correct.
because it doesn't really cook the tomato. It just takes the skin loose, right?
Pulls the skin right off.
You do that, I guess, too, when they're even canning. That's the way they get
Right,
the
just
skins
feel
off.
them how nice and they're still
Oh,
firm.
yeah. Not at all cooked in any way. So we have a little bit of onion there.
A little bit of onion. We have our rice going.
Now, has this been cooked, of course, right?
Rice has been cooked. All we're doing is warming it
Warming
back
it
up.
And would you put a little bit of oil in there?
A little bit of oil, a little bit of butter. We have
All right.
large sea scallops.
Now these are the sea scallops, not bay scallops, right?
Correct. This is chiffonade of basil.
Ah.
And all that is rolled up and then cut on a bias. And that's how it becomes in a
Ah.
julienne state.
That's called chiffonade, huh?
Okay, we're going to turn this down.
Okay.
We're going to put that on hold a second.
Turn that one up, huh?
Turn this one up.
Obviously, Chef doesn't use these, but we couldn't get the cameras back to where he really does all this fancy stuff, so we just thought we'd put it out here in the front so everybody could have a good look at the preparation.
Okay, we got a little garlic in there.
Okay.
And we're going to add our tomatoes.
You know, before we leave that beef dish, you just won an award for that, didn't you? Tell me
Correct.
again, we mentioned it in passing, but tell me again what it's about.
It is for the Certified Angus Beef Competition, and I won the regional award for it. And in July, I go to the national competition in New York City
Wow.
for the national competition. Hopefully
That's
I'll
great.
bring back the national cup.
Wouldn't that be nice, huh?
Okay, now we're just going to add our sea scallops.
Now, have you cleaned them and soaked them first?
Cleaned them and soaked them in a little bit of lemon juice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Ah, there's the old
We're
wrist
just going to toss
trick.
those.
You
Okay.
know where that would be if I did that? It would be all up my arm, and I'd be going, oh, this is burning. There is a trick to that. I mean, there is.
Practice.
That's
Anyone
right.
can do it. I've taught
Makes-
people how to do it in 2 days.
Have you? It'll take about 2 months for me, I'm telling you. Boy, it smells great. I wish you could get the aroma from just those few ingredients in that, the scallops. It smells so good. Now, wait, hold it. You can't be doing this. What is
Guess what?
this?
What do you think they
These
are?
look like tiny baby lemons and oranges, but I know they can't be. What is it?
They're yellow squash, carrots, and julienne snow pea.
No, wait, show me how you do it, though.
Real simple.
Okay.
Got the magic tool.
You're kidding. What is this little tool? What do you call this thing?
It's called a Parisian scoop. It's just like a smaller melon
Like
ball.
a melon baller. Oh, neat. You could do that with anything, couldn't you?
Sure.
Really?
Sure. Anything at all.
See, this is why he's the chef, because he knows how to do all of that fancy stuff.
Little
And-
garnish as a shell or a seafood item.
Wow. Is that just plain rice? Is there any flavoring?
Plain rice. Little chicken stock in there. We're gonna put a little tomatoes over or parsley over
Parsley?
top of it.
Oh my. Beautiful. And tomato with scallops is so good. Wow, does that smell good?
And with that, vegetable to the
Look
side.
at the color. Chef, you are really good. This is incredible. This is totally
that.
incredible.
Little garnish.
Now what's that you're putting there?
This is a chive.
Okay.
Just a little added garnish.
They take such precision to place everything in a position that will complement the whole dish, not just everybody sprinkle a lot of parsley on it, because there is a real knack to this, isn't there?
Correct.
Beautiful. Wow.
And a little fresh dill. And
What's this
voila!
called?
Sea scallops Provençal.
Sea scallops Provençal. Isn't that beautiful? And you serve that here at the top of the
Here at
Triangle
the top of the
restaurant.
triangle.
Right here in downtown Pittsburgh. That's great. Okay, Lee. That's the second course for me in just a few moments here. No. Now what are we doing?
Now we're gonna go right into our pasta dish.
Okay. And you've cooked the pasta just a little, right?
Just a little. Blanched it off a little bit. Al dente.
Okay.
We have our plate, our garnish already.
Now what's
all
this?
is a sliced zucchini.
Paper thin though, right?
Paper thin, right in a pasta bowl.
Okay.
And all we're gonna do is, this is a real easy one. Anyone can do this at home. Put all our ingredients in.
And what's this? Is julienne?
Julienne of zucchini, yellow squash.
Squash. And this is the time of the year for the yellow squash and all the stuff coming in from the gardens. too,
Everything's
wasn't it?
nice and fresh. Sun-dried tomatoes.
Now, have you soaked those?
We've soaked those in olive oil, and we have also julienne those.
Just to soften them up a bit, huh?
Correct. See, I have them right here
Yeah.
in the whole state.
That's the way they come. Very good. All right, and we're going to add some, looks like mushrooms.
Sauteed mushrooms.
You have to benefit when you use all these vegetables, don't you? Particularly when they're such fresh coming out of the
We
garden
use such
now.
a volume of food that
Do you?
a lot of this stuff is ends of the items. The good
Yeah,
part of
the
the
pieces,
pepper
yeah.
that we don't want to julienne.
That was
that we
pepper you
can
just
use.
put in there, right?
Correct.
Now, don't forget, we're going to include all of these recipes that you've seen Chef Ward prepare today in our newsletter, and you have to send for them. And as soon as he's done here, we're going to tell you how you can do that. So stay with us, because you're going to want these recipes. They aren't hard. Believe me, you know that I don't do hard recipes, and the chef has not done hard recipes. These are things that you can duplicate at home, right?
Anyone that can't do them, come on up and see me.
That's right. That's right. See, now who would have ever thought to serve a pasta in a setup just like this? It's beautiful. And people will eat that. That's not a waste.
In all seriousness, these dishes are so easy, but it's all timing
Right.
and
That's right.
presentation.
Okay. Got
Okay.
about a minute here. This man is flying. Now you know why he's
Put
a
our
master
pasta
chef.
right in the bowl.
Look at that. I'm going to stand
Hot
back
stuff
because
flying.
it's flying. Yes. That's all right.
Put this
Not to
the
worry.
side. Sauteed vegetables, all that color.
Wow, look at that. That
right on
easy.
top.
And there's no meat in this, is there?
Meatless.
Meatless. So this is a good vegetarian idea.
Nice item to add is black olives, but this is a low-fat item, so
Mm-hmm.
we don't have the
Beautiful.
olives in there. A little chiffonade basil on top.
What are we doing here?
Dry pasta is our garnish.
Oh, how nice. Look at that.
Voila.
Beautiful. And we'll be right back in just a minute to finish up in the dining room with Chef Ward. Stay tuned. Here's how you can get today's recipes for everything you've seen prepared from the top of the triangle.
Just go to ctvn.org/athome to get all the recipes from today's show for free. That's right, no subscriptions. They're available online at no cost, and more are being added each day. So join us at ctvn.org/athome to get today's recipes now.
Well, we're seated here at the top of the triangle dining room, this beautiful dining room. And all of the chef's creations are full on this table. But before we even tell you about them, I have to show you this beautiful trophy. Bill, this must make you very proud.
Yes, it does.
This is the Chef of the Year Award, right?
Correct, for the city of Pittsburgh.
For the city of Pittsburgh. That's great. What did you have to prepare in order to receive that?
It's not something you prepare. It's a recognition award from your peers and what you've done over the years to
achieve that.
To achieve it, right.
That's great. And you were the youngest person to achieve
Youngest
that?
one to date to ever hold that award.
Well, I can understand why. Because when you see this table and you taste these dishes, you'll understand. First of all, tell us about this first dish that you prepared.
This is a vegetarian pasta dish. This is a linguine alla Sicily.
It's beautiful, and it tastes even better. And look at, this is the scallop one. You've got to see this, look.
Sea scallops Provençal.
And you've got the squash and the carrots.
Julienne of snow peas and the Parisian scoop of carrots and yellow squash.
On a bed of rice.
On a bed of
beautiful.
rice.
And, the
And
top
the
of it here.
Award-winning beef a la Hague dish, certified beef.
Beautiful. In a roasted pepper sauce.
And a roasted pepper sauce with asparagus and Parisian potatoes.
And not only does this chef and do these people present these type of meals all the time, but they have desserts that are to die for. Believe me, right?
Correct. Lee,
What's
do you have
this
the orange souffle?
Orange souffle. Now, we've had
Tropical
this.
orange souffle.
This is incredible. And that's a cookie on top, isn't it?
Correct.
And you make that all here in the kitchens, right?
Everything's made here in the kitchen.
Tell you, Bill, this has been such a pleasure to be with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Will you come out and cook in my kitchen sometime?
Anytime.
All right. Something to look forward to. So be sure to join us the next time, because it just wouldn't be the same without you here at home. We'll see you then. Bye-bye now.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Fresh produce provided by Jordan Banana, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Dravosburg, Pennsylvania. Appliances provided by Decor Distinctive Appliances, a reflection of your good taste. Groceries provided by Foodland, where the answer is always yes. Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.